Okay, we're live. I want to welcome one of the nicest MCs in the game. Tables Turn is available on all platforms. One of the nicest MCs, as I said before, Beanz. Beanz is in the building here tonight. Sports and hip hop with DJ Mad Max, iHeartRadio, Live 365. Beanz, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How about you?
Doing pretty well. I respect what you're doing for hip hop. I love the Poltergeist reference that you had on your newest album too. That was tough.
Thank you.
I know you don't like scary movies though, because you said that they give you nightmares, and actually you were listening to a scary movie, I think, late at night, and it got into your dream. I heard that story.
Yeah. I can't really do scary movies, but that Halloween joint, that was nice. I like Michael Myers. He's probably my favorite like horror film, but that's about
classic. You can't go wrong with that. So you enjoyed Halloween Kills. You saw the newest one, or are you talking about the original?
Yeah, the newest one. It was a little cheesy at the end because you know the man just don't die. But besides that, it was cool. You know, it's a movie, so
classic. You can't go wrong with that. But I mean, Pink Drink is tough. This is why that we have to give the praise to MCs like you for keeping it real, rapping with Benny the Butcher. You know what's real out here and what's that real hip hop, and you're giving that, and it's so rare nowadays.
Yeah, it is really rare. It's like that's what I feel like. That's one of the reasons why I do it. It's like it's a whole lane for me, because people don't really rap like that, or they're not really into it like that. They don't really know about, once you get when you got Benny on it, then it's real rap. You got somebody like Dizzy, it's real rap.
Of course.
So.
I know what type of time you're on for sure. With Benny, I heard how you met up with Benny. It was a pop-up event, and he got everything done with you real quick with the track. How did you first hear of Benny? Was it with Tana Talk 3, The Plugs I Met, Burden of Proof? When did you start hearing his music?
I think I probably heard of him from the Plugs I Met.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know, honestly. Like I got hip to him probably like 2 years ago. Like when he really started, getting out there is when I heard of him. I wasn't really like onto him before that, unfortunately. But yeah, he was gas. When I heard him, I was like, oh yeah, he going up.
Yeah.
That's that shit I like. He talking that shit I like. So.
There's so much politics in this game right now, and you're finally seeing MCs finally get their flowers after so many years, because we're going through this mainstream thing. We're still going through it. You see the iTunes charts and these radio stations playing the nonsense on the airwaves, but it's finally starting to turn the tide here, and I think it's because people are getting so tired of just that one constant trap song. And you're one of those artists that you could take a trap beat and rap over it.
Facts. I like to do like, all types of beats. Really, I don't discriminate. Like I always tell the producers always ask me, what type of beats do you like? And I'm like, oh, honestly, as long as it's hard, like I don't give a fuck what it sounds like, I really just need me a strong bass line. Once the bass line come in, it's like, yeah, I could, I just imagine everything on huge speakers. So I'm like, I could fuck with it,
So how you feeling about the new album, Tables Turn?
I feel great about it. I feel like everybody that's listened to it, it's tuned into it. They love the project. And I myself, obviously I love the project, and it just felt great to finally put something out there. Something that I put a lot of work into, and it's not as simple as just putting out a mixtape like I used to do. It's like mad shit behind it. So this is like my first official like project, like we worked on the production, all types of shit, like it's not just like, hey, here's a beat, it's like, here's a beat, let's add this to the beat, let's do this to the beat, let's it is definitely a lot more work than I ever put into a project. So I'm just happy to have it out there. Everybody's giving me great feedback, and everybody loves the project, like happy to put out the joint with Eric. Eric Bellinger been one of my favorite R&B artists for ever. So the fact that I had wrote it down on paper that I'm gonna do a feature with him, and it just, it just happened like that. So I was like, thank God, like I called this one because I love his voice.
I do have to get into this. You just mentioned right now, you believe in manifestation, obviously. When did this whole start for you, in which you were writing things down and things are coming true for you? Because people have been telling me to do that in order to move forward and stuff, like, because I'm going through a downslide in my life right now, and people are like, you should try manifesting something, write it down on a piece of paper. And I'm like, is it really going to work though? Because I'm always such a pessimist. But tell me your story when you started to believe that this would work.
So my mom is real spiritual, so that's where I got it from. She pretty much was just like, like, you got to be positive. You want to get this from the world, you got to give this to the world. You know what I mean? So you want good shit, you got to be good. You want this to happen, you got to, you know, act like it happened, like shit like that. So I definitely learned it from my mom. But yeah, just like researching, you know, taking it more serious. Like I really looked into it because I really do believe in that shit. And I firsthand see it happen, you know. As far as like writing stuff down, like I don't know if you know, you just write it down and like that's how you manifest it. But like the way that I do things, I like to write everything down in general. I'm just a writer. So, you know, I always write, even if I gotta fucking buy an outfit, like, oh, I gotta get this for my fit, I gotta get this for my fit. I'm writing it all down. Like I just write everything down. I'm just a writer. So I really don't know, you know, what I really put into it, but the shit be working. So I'll just be writing everything down.
What's your next goal that you're writing down for yourself that you want to happen in the near future, especially with the new year coming about? And it's basically not even 2 months away here, 2022.
Yeah, the next thing is probably tour. You know what I'm saying? That's really the next big goal, to go on tour and, you know, start fucking do the tables turn tours. About that time, you know.
Would you love to add on this tour as far as our artists go?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. I don't even know who I'm gonna go on tour with. All I know is that, you know, we just gonna go out there and do what we gotta do, you know. Whoever else gets to be there, you know, I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I'm not really even, it's not even a thought for real. I'm just trying to get myself out there, you know.
Yeah. You've had some great experiences with performing though, Rolling Loud. And I think, was it in Miami that you did the Miami one, or you did LA? Because I know you did New York. You were going up to New York.
Yeah, I did Miami and I did New York.
You did Miami and New York. How were those two experiences?
They were great. Were great. And then you know, the energy in Miami was awesome. It was lit. It was super lit. And that was my first festival. Like that was my first performance in a long time. So it turned out really good. And then we did New York. New York was lit. It was really cold outside, but besides that, it was cool. And then we did Day in Vegas. Day in Vegas was, you know, that shit was litter than a bitch. And we did too. That was lit.
That's fire. We can't forget about the cypher that you did with Joell Ortiz, in which you picked 5 people out of 100, and you were one of those 5 people, and you rapped in front of them.
Yeah, that's really how I first started doing music. To be honest with you, that's really how it, you know, how it got off. Cause like I would do poetry and things like that, but I went and did that cypher just, you know, just for the fuck of it type shit. And yeah, he chose me out of, like, you know, it was 100 dudes out there type shit. So I was like, oh hell yeah, like this is something I could do. And then after that, I started taking it serious. You know, I had a job at a battery factory at that time. I was like, yo, fuck this job. I'm a rapper. Out of here, yo. And that's just really how it went. I just never got a job again.
Yeah, you worked 20 jobs before pursuing this rap career and going somewhere with it. And I heard about you worked at a stove company, and that was your favorite job because you were actually sleeping on the job.
Yeah. I used to, yeah, I would come in, I'll do my job because my job was so simple. Like they ended up getting rid of the job because they were like, yo, you know, you come in here, you know, we could give you another position. I wasn't a bad worker, but your job doesn't take out 8 hours a day to do it. So, but I would go into work, I would do my job in like 15, 20 minutes in the morning. And then I would just like write. And then, you know, the day would calm down a little bit and I'm going to sleep. I would knock the fuck out for hours and act like I'm fucking awake. I'll be like half asleep with like my hand going like this on the mouse, you know, just to keep shit active on my desktop. But I was asleep all the time.
And that's how you get away with it and still able to maintain those paychecks coming in. And
yeah. It did. You know, they got rid of me, but it's all good though.
Yeah, but you're pursuing this rap career and all these jobs that you were doing. What was something that you were telling yourself in your mind that my rap career is going to come about? Anything that I'm doing in this entertainment industry is going to come to fruition when you're going through these jobs, because jobs like that sometimes could just basically be a dream killer for some people. They can't handle that.
Facts. Honestly, I always felt like, you know, like even when I was younger, I'll tell my mom, I don't want to learn how to cook. Like I'm gonna have somebody cooking for me. Like I don't need to know all that, you know?
Yeah.
I always just felt like, you know, it was gonna be bigger than that. Like it was gonna be bigger than me working at motherfucking med ed, answering niggas' phone calls, and then telling me that their service got cut off. You know what I mean? Like this is not life. This is not. I mean, it's life, but it's not for me. You know what I mean? So I always knew that. I feel like I always knew that in the back of my head. Like no matter how the shit go, like this is not the end game. You know.
Mm-hmm. You started at an early age, at the age of 11, writing poetry, and I believe that you documented some of your poetry on Facebook.
Yeah, I did. Yep. Shit. I used to do like little, you know, I would just record myself in my room, just me like I don't even know, reciting the poetry. That was really, and then I started like listening to beats, and I was like, okay, I listened to If I Ruled the World by Nas. That was the first beat that I like fit poetry raps, my poetry writings onto. And I was like, oh, this sound cool, you know? And then I started writing to the actual beats, and I was like, oh, I could rap. I could really do this. I didn't.
Amazing. That's such a tough beat to go on too, because it's a legendary track featuring Lauryn Hill off of It Was Written. Crazy. But your influences are Drake and J. Cole. Lights Please. Someone introduced you to that, and then it was in your top 6.
Yeah. J. Cole, you know, J. Cole, he's always gonna be in the top 5, like no matter what. So I remember my homegirl in middle school, she was like, hey, it's this dude named J. Cole. And I'm like, let me hear him. You know, this was like around Drake and type shit. So I'm like, let me hear him. I listened to him. I was like, oh, he's gas. And then I freestyled over that Lights Please joint. I did a couple of J. Cole instrumentals. Like
J. Cole's tough. The thing is
he's always gonna be.
He is. But it's so hard because when you go down their line of discographies, their albums that they make now will never live up to what they made in the past. Like you can listen to Drake's newest album, but when you go back to Thank Me Later, which I think is a very slept on album. I think it's a classic. People run right to Take Care and Even Nothing Was the Same, but Thank Me Later really put Drake on the map.
Facts. And the thing is too, it's just like, you know, I feel like for people like us, we grew up with that shit, you know, like this certain time in our lives. So of course it's not going to be the same, you know. We just got something like a special connection to certain songs like that. So
yeah. You've been doing this for a while though. You even had a chance to rap with Fred da Godson on your last album. I was working with him, the late great Fred da Godson.
Yeah, rest in peace, Fred. He was a great dude, man. I met him through like a mutual friend type shit, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do a feature for you. Like, I'll fuck with you. I listen to your shit. You dope." And after that, it was just like a genuine relationship type shit. So rest in peace, Fred. You know, he was a good dude.
A bar god. You also rapped. You did a version. I'd say your own version of Cream too. You took the beat there. Yeah, that was tough. Wu-Tang Clan's Cream.
A little set off in the beginning, a little Cleo type. You know? Yeah, we did a video for that joint too. That was a while ago, man.
Newfound Gold.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Gold.
I see you did your homework. I fuck with that. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I put a lot of effort into it. I make sure that, you know, there's a lot of, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but they put a lot of BS personalities up at these radio stations and they don't do their research.
Facts. It's true. They just be on some, asking you basic shit. Yeah. How'd you start? But they don't know shit about you.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just go to my YouTube, as they'll say, just subscribe and like it. That's all it's for, the subscriptions and the likes, and they actually don't even care about their guests that they're interviewing. Terrible.
Facts.
Pink Drink, the scratches. Who did the scratches on this?
DJ Hopper did the instrumental. He did the beat, and then he also did the scratches. We did the scratches after, but yeah, that shit came out dope. We just, we was in the studio, and I had a pink drink because I always have a pink drink. That's my shit. I go to Starbucks, I get me a little pink drink and a birthday cake pop, and that's my snack. That's like my treat every day. Like I deserve that. Yeah. So I was at the studio and I had the pink drink sitting there, and I just sweetened it in the pink. Hopper was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a pink drink." And it just like stuck in my head. So I'm rapping. I'm like, sweeter than a pink drink from Starbucks. I was like, oh, that's the song. It's gotta be, it's only right.
Mm-hmm. You actually challenge yourself to excel, which you mentioned on the beginning of Hugh Hef. Is that when did we stop challenging ourselves to excel. And that's the whole rap game, what it's been for years. You have these underground artists such as yourself coming up now, but you guys been hustling and grinding out for years. And where is that hustle? You don't get that from mainstream artists. They just put out anything, and you could put out garbage and it does 1 million streams. It's insane.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like the one way that I always feel like when I think of shit like that, or like when people ask me shit like that, I really just think like, shit just takes time. Great things take time, and it gets greater later type shit. Shout out to my guy, Demrick, he be saying that all the time. But it's like it gets greater later, and it's just facts. That's really how I feel in real life. Like I'm like, I don't mind doing the work, or building this shit up, because when you build it, you can't take it from you. That's yours, that's your shit. So
Yeah, you can't. It's real hip hop. And I love that you experiment with boom bap and you bring that into the new era, because this could introduce it to the younger audience if they don't even go back and listen to it, because you're familiar with Nas rapping on If I Ruled the World. So you understand the essence. And that's so important nowadays.
facts. Yeah. It's something that's missing. That's why I
Yeah.
take so much pride in what I do, because I'm like, I really bring something that's not here,
Yeah.
nowhere.
No. If you could choose a rapper to have on your track, because I know your dream collabs, you want to work with Ty Dolla $ign, The Dream, Drake. We mentioned all those dream collabs, but who's a true MC that you want from the 90s on a track?
90s?
Yeah.
That's tough, man. That's tough. And I really don't want to give like a wrong answer right now, because it's like mad people, like legendary shit. So shit. I don't even know, to be honest with you. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Tough. I gotta
too
think
many.
about
There's too many.
yeah, it's so many,
Yeah.
I really don't know. Maybe we get back to that one.
Yeah. Jadakiss could be someone. He's been bodying the game, especially since his verses.
See, when you talking about like 90s, I'm thinking of like people that, was popping in the 90s. I'm not even thinking about people that still was popping from the 90s and still popping now. Like if you talking about Jadakiss, you talking about Styles P. Styles P is like one of my favorite rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like Lloyd Banks is one of my favorite rappers, motherfucking Action Bronson. I know he's not from the 90s, but Action Bronson is one of my, I like witty, wittiness, talk your shit type shit. Fab is like, legendary type shit. So
all those old school rappers were witty.
Facts.
I think Big Pun was very witty with his raps.
He talked this shit.
Yeah. Capital Punishment. To me, after Capital Punishment, there's very few albums that can match that lyrically. And that's in 1998. Just what he was spitting and the way he was rhyming.
Still to this day, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And I feel like that's like kind of like something on us, like we can't always compare shit, or like expect the same shit, or, want the same shit from like newer artists,
Yeah.
It'd be tough because you really do, you want that feel, you want that real raw shit, but it's really not something that you'll get from everybody.
From listening to your music, you could tell that when you really get into the flow of your tracks, you really get in the pocket. Who were some rhyme schemes that you studied as a listener of hip hop? We know Drake and J. Cole, but who was someone that you were really studying as far as that, getting in that pocket and really dominating the beat? Because that's what true MCs do.
Man, I don't even know. Yo, honestly, like my top 5 is like, it's my top 5, right? Mm-hmm. But I listen to so much. Like I listen to so much other shit. Like I listen to motherfucking Frank Sinatra and like Dean Martin, and like I listen to more R&B than I listen to rap, But as far as rappers, yeah, I'll probably just, say my top 5, like Joe Budden was one of my greatest influences. I know that sounds funny, and a lot of people be like, Joe Budden.
No, he's got some bars, and he bodied Drake low key.
Yo, Joe Budden is really, really like really nice, like he can really rap. And I feel like he was one of the artists that I listened to while I was growing, while I was becoming an adult and, getting into the music shit. And he definitely inspired me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Your mom's your best friend. How does she feel about your whole rap career and seeing your success up until this point so far?
And she loves it. She's super proud. She's like super proud. She's definitely my best friend. She had me young, so we kind of grew up together, but yeah, she's my biggest fan. She supports me, you know what I'm saying? She when I got shows and shit, she's styling me, you know what I mean? Like she really helps me out in more ways than one. Besides being a great mother, you know what I mean? Like in the sense of my career, she helps me out. So I'm super grateful for her.
Have she been to any of your performances?
Oh, she goes pretty much goes to all of them. She was that day in Vegas. So she was really, she was in the front,
Cameras.
People going crazy. She like recording over here, But yeah, she tried to make it out to all my performances. Like when we lived in PA, she would drive from PA to New York with me to go do my shows in New York and then drive back with me. Like she was always there.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
What's your top goal as far as venues getting to? Because we know you've done the Rolling Louds, Vegas, and everything. What's your top goals for performance wise?
Hey, whatever. That's
anything.
I always say, yeah, whatever opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have no like, oh, it got to be this many people or this many people. I'm not getting no motherfucking. I'm not feeling no type of way if it's 12 people out there. You know what I mean? If it's 12 or 1,200 or 12,000, whatever the case is, I don't know. So. That's why I say any shows, I'm on it. You know what I mean? You got the bag, I'm there. I'm performing. I'm spitting my shit,
Speaking of shows, you made it to the 5th episode of Rhythm and Flow on Netflix. They reached out to you and you made the opportunity and people love what you were doing and your authenticity. That's what the audience is really cared for. And I think that's what it is, the breath of fresh air in this hip hop game of seeing someone that's not fake. And, even though one of the judges, I do feel as though, well, it can be fake at times. I am tough on Cardi B, but she gave you your props. She did.
Yeah, they all saluted it. I was definitely grateful for that experience. That was like once in a lifetime type shit. It was cool. It was cool. I'm on Netflix. You know what I mean? And really got to display my shit, and I got a huge following from that. So I was real thankful for that.
Huge. What did Cardi B and Chance the Rapper, did they say anything to you off the air about your talent and your raps?
To be honest with you, they didn't really talk to people off air. It was like, this I'm here to do something type shit, So we was all there to do something. So I don't think it was like that, but like I had seen Chance like far away. He's like on a cart or some shit. He's like, yo, Beanz. I was like, my guy, he was cool as fuck. He was like kicking it with the artists and shit like that. But not many of the other judges did that. So it was cool. He's a good dude.
100%. I've heard nothing positive stories about him. How was your life of growing up in Reading, Pennsylvania?
It was cool. That's home. So, I got my family over there and friends. I went to school there. Literally born and raised there. Small city. It's not really like a big music scene. So like whenever I would do music, when I started doing music, I would always go to New York. New York is where I worked out of. So I would just drive. It was like 2.5-3 hour drive from PA. So I would always just drive back and forth, I had a Nissan Altima at the time. That joint was ran up with the motherfucking miles because taking that joint back and forth every day,
Insane.
It was not playing.
But that's the grind though.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have traded it for nothing. I used to love them rides. We used to go. I worked till like 4:30 or something like that. So say I had a show in New York that night, I would work till 4:30, have all my shit with me, get in the car, go pick up whoever I had to take with me, slide from the town, right? Get to New York, do the show, parlay till like whatever time we could, kick it, talk, network till like 3 a.m, leave from New York to get back to PA in time for me to get to work the next day, and that was lit to me. That was like, oh yeah, I ain't sleep, but I'm good. I feel good. I made some connections last night. I caught some good vibes. Just working off that shit.
Have you thought about collaborating with Kiera Love, because she's from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and she could rap?
I'm not sure who'd you say?
Kiera Love.
I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Check out her work. She could rap. Cardi B actually shouted her out on Instagram, and that's how she gained her following. So you have the connection there already, not only from being from Pennsylvania, but Cardi B helping you out in a way.
Yeah, nice. There's a lot of people from PA. Like we got Philly, we got Harrisburg, we got Pittsburgh, we got Mac, we got Wiz, we got Beanz, we got Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Beanie Siegel, like
Beanie Siegel.
Like it's so many like legendary people that came out of PA. So fuck with.
Yeah, New York and LA usually get all the spotlight. Right now, Atlanta's just taking over, which being from New York, I'm not happy about because I love the New York hip hop scene. And there's so many great lyricists out there, but Atlanta's taking over and it is what it is.
New York hasn't been making noise in a minute.
It kind of broke up a little bit. What did you say in between?
New York hasn't been making noise in a minute.
No, they haven't been, especially for the real hip hop heads. And they really haven't. I think Griselda's nice. I think Dave East should really be making more noise out here. But these radio stations, they do whatever they're told to play pretty much. These DJs, the payola clubs.
I see Dave East everywhere else. I seen Dave East in Atlanta. I seen Dave East in New York. I mean, it was Rolling Loud, New York. Yeah. But, yeah, it's not like a huge scene like it used to be. Like I remember like really going out there and getting work done. You know what I mean? Like I feel like now it's like, you still get work done, but it's not half as much as you used to. It's crazy. That's where that shit originated from.
Yeah, you're right. That's where hip hop started. The Bronx, the lyrics started all from the Bronx, and you have the drill scene taking over. And Troy Ave even mentioned it on "Restore the Feeling" on his White Christmas 3 album. If that drill isn't from Chirac, the drill doesn't count. Because that's where it originated from. There in the UK, but it's taken over here. It's a new sound. I get it. Shout out to what they do. It's their movement. But if you know New York, it's the bars. And for some reason, New York just can't have its identity anymore as far as the radio markets go. Unless you're Sirius XM, then you can hear what the real is. But
it's nuts. I feel like after like that COVID shit, like when COVID happened, that shit like kind of like people. Like even going to New York is like it's totally different now. You need this, you can't get in if you don't got this. Like, oh, fuck all y'all, bro. Fuck y'all in this restaurant. Like,
yeah,
fuck bullshit.
Well, you were able to maintain with yourself during COVID-19, and we're still going through it. But as far as the quarantine goes, with making music and creating your own artwork, you were painting it.
Yeah, I was painting. This is a painting right here. Actually my brother started that. I'm gonna grab it so I can show you.
Oh wow.
My brother started it. Or I'm gonna just flip this joint. Can I flip it?
Yeah, I think you can.
My brother started it. I just finished that joint. But I just be messing around with it. I just be doing, But
that's tough.
Yeah, I started doing the painting, I just was like fuck it. Like I'm a creative anyway. So doing the painting, I was just really right time and care.
Have you thought about going to any art shows with your paintings? Because this is an avenue you could also explore because you're talented at that.
I know it's true. I thought about it, because I be seeing motherfuckers putting motherfucking paintings on eBay and getting 5 racks for it. I'm like, that's some bullshit. That painting, you got 5K, So I be thinking about it, but it's not really something that I'm like, really think about like that. Mm-hmm. Plus, since like quarantine, since quarantine was over, like I stopped painting like that. I was just like, I'm back outside, I'm back to work type shit. So
keeping things going.
But I do got some cool shit. I might put them up, since you said that.
Yeah, you got it. You have to do it. You have to do it. But your other interests are some movies. I know you're in the gangster movies, Goodfellas, Belly, Bronx Tale. You like Jim Carrey movies. Adam Sandler.
Love Adam Sandler. Those are my favorite. Those are probably my favorite white actors. They're hilarious, But I don't really get into movies like that. I've been watching TV shows lately, like Snowfall is my shit.
I know you watch.
What's the one? You is funny. I mean, it's creepy, but it's cool. Narcos. I just finished that. Narcos Mexico. That shit was really. If you haven't watched that, you should.
I got to check that out. I rarely have time for TV shows, but I knew that you were also tapped into the Wu-Tang show, especially when Dave was on there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wu-Tang show is great. It's a great show. I fuck with that. You should watch that too. It's a
Yeah,
really good
I
show.
gotta tap into that, especially when Dave was on the show. He was just getting onto the show because I talked to him about his acting career, and Dave is. I think you should two should collab 100% if that were ever
Yeah,
come about.
a lot. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people have, they said me and Dave East will make some cool shit. Me and Dave East, me and Young Ma.
She can rap.
Young Ma is tight.
Yeah,
She's fire. She be talking her shit. She don't sound like a bitch, you know. She sound like a dude. That's what's the coolest shit about it. So fuck with her.
100%. But Beanz, is there anything else that you want to promote here? Any upcoming performances? Anything? I know you have a ton of visuals for the newest album, Tables Turn, because that's something that you do. You release visuals like crazy, and it's great to see you paint pictures with your words.
Yeah, we dropped some videos off the project already. We got some videos on the way, so make sure you tune into that. And just listen to the album. You know, the album went crazy. So that's all I really want to push. The album, Tables Turn, is out right now. Tune in.
Tough. I know we know how fast the music climate is right now, but are you putting together any thoughts for an upcoming project or even a single, anything? Because we know how fast these things go.
100%. You know, we already on to the next one. So as soon as we get that together, we dropping that too. So I don't know when that's gonna be. Like, I'm literally just starting it, but yeah, you know, as soon as we finished that one, it was just like, all right, let's get on to the next one. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited. You know, every project that was just going to be better than the last. So I'm excited to hear the next one. No,
Tables turn, bridges burn, you live and learn. With the ink, I can murder words to my earth.
Yeah.
Is that where you got the title from, or is this because that's
no
a famous Drake line?
No, I didn't get it from him. But that I didn't even think about that. But that was fire. You know, that was cool. I didn't put those two together, but we got the name because we was just in the studio, you know, me and Eric, and came up with that joint, and it was called Tables Turn. And it was like, oh, it's only right.
Yeah. And it works. It works. Yeah. Beanz, I want to thank you for coming on the show. If there's anything else you have to promote, anything, I think you pretty much said all there was as far as upcoming videos and everything. We see you out here.
Yeah. You know, staying busy, man. That's my thing. That's my new thing. I'm just staying busy, working on to what's next, you know, going with the flow of things, because shit is flowing. You know, you just gotta, sometimes it's not cool to fight against the current. Sometimes you just gotta go with it, you know, let shit fall into place type shit. So
100%. And you're doing it. Keep going. I salute you and what you're doing. I can't wait to see all the things that are coming forth in your future here, especially when you manifest these things, because it's worked this far. It's going to continue to work, and we're going to see the billboards. That's what we're really going to see. The billboards.
No, we stepping, man. Stepping stones. It's like, you know, every time we do something, it's bigger than the last. So long as that keeps happening, you know, billboards is in no time. And you gotta try that. You gotta try that. Write your shit down. You know, you don't even gotta manifest shit. Just like write shit down. But you keep your thoughts in order.
Yeah, I definitely have to do that. And thank you for that advice, because I actually talked to someone which is yourself, that it's actually proven true that it works. So I'm going to start doing it and stop being such a pessimist when it comes to these things. And Beanz, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Give, what you get.
That's right.
Thank you for having me on the show. It was a great conversation, great vibes. You know, you already know when I come to New York, we got to tap in.
100%. First take, like Jay-Z, in and out the booth.
That's how I be. That's how I be in the studio too, in and out. You know,
I can hear it.
Get the shit. Yeah.
I can hear it. One of the nicest in the game. Be on the lookout for Beanz. One of the nicest MCs.
I appreciate you, man. It was a great combo.
Yeah. Let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter and all that too. TikTok before we leave.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It's all Beanz got bars. Beanz with a Z, bars with a Z.
Mm-hmm. Beanz, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your night, and happy Thanksgiving too.
Hell yeah. Same to you. Eat good, man. You know what we doing.
You too. Enjoy the rest of your night, Beanz. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Peace.